Recording. Just on the positions or trades, I've only got the Aussie dollar on at the moment. There's been a few questions in the emails as to the management of it. We have two buy bars. Bar 1 is the day that we entered in on, and yesterday's bar is also a buy bar. So that gives us a reason to move the stop. Where you move that stop is your discretion. I've got it just underneath the first buy bar. I don't want to go to break even just yet, although you could. The reason why I don't want to go to break even just yet is because the Muppet Glenn Stevens is talking tonight, or this afternoon in a couple of hours, and that's could create some volatility that might take you out of the trade preemptively or sort of too early at break even before she continues to run. We're not overbought yet. You're not in the extension zones yet. I don't think. No, 1.272 is up here. So yeah, we're not. The run hasn't finished yet, so to speak. But probably looking at this low as being that the end of that run. Let me just put that low on there. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable target if you're going to have a target, because that's your 1.618 as well. That's probably where you'll be looking to get out. So I don't want to get out too early on Glenn Stevens' announcement, and so we'll just sit that. Cable looking to get in. That's I'll set a target here at 2.5 times my risk, but looking to get in on this. Not quite a ring low, but we're certainly getting this buy. Yesterday was buying off this horizontal level, which is also, I think, the 50 fib or the 618 fib. 618. So we're looking to take that higher as well. Multitude of reasons. How do you get divergence to get in on the 4-hour entry with the Aussie? How do you get divergence? Well, I think when the Aussie here, you could have been looking at this 4-hour entry going in here. I think I mentioned that on Monday. Divergence, you don't need reversal divergence. You only need reversal divergence down here if you're taking that early entry on the swings, which is not something, whilst you can do, it's very tricky to do, and it's not something I really highlight all that much because of the low success rate of it. If you see bullish hidden divergence, well, that's a good thing, but I'll cover that in some of the emails I've been asking about that. But there's no entry on the 4-hour there. You've got to trade the 4-hour cyclicity, and it's just not apparent at the moment. There's no pullback on it just at the moment, so there's no entry on the 4-hour. If you miss this trade, then too late. There's nothing going at the moment, or the 4 hours too far away from the moving average. Okay. Euro yen, I've left my order in. Just waiting for that to pop and break through at 142. And yeah, Aussie Kiwi out of it. I was underneath that low test bar. The stop was trailed underneath that low test bar. Obviously got taken out this morning. Minor win, but there's potential to trade a new phase 1 lower. I don't like that concept on the Aussie Kiwi because I've seen some income generators come out on it. I don't like the concept because of the massive support line down here, huge support down here at the 105 area, and so your risk reward on this I don't think is worthwhile taking the trade. 4-hour a ring low only. No, but you don't want to be. That's clearly not. That's clearly the end of phase one on the 4-hour, and you might get a pullback to the 50 EMA, which is about where your entry is on the daily. The 4 hours exhausted, and clearly at the end of phase one, so you're not buying it there. It doesn't have to be a ring low, but like the pound setup, you need to see the sentiment moving where you expect the sentiment to start from. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the emails. The first one is the dollar Swiss. You can see how many things we've got to analyse today. It's quite a few. So, right, trend line. Yeah, I'd go from the top of this bar, not where that is. I'm not sure why that. Go from the top of that bar and trace it down so you've got a trend line. Lower highs, lower lows, yes. 50, yeah. Horizontal resistance, yeah. RSI convergence, yes. Fibonacci, yep. Resistance 60.2, RSI 60.2, 8/10. It's all looking good. But what you needed to wait for is this bar to form. Okay, this bar hasn't formed. It's only a couple of hours old when you took this, and you'll see that it's a massive engulfing bar. And so you need to wait for that bar to form before you make the trade. And this is an engulfing bar that you could possibly trade on because it's full of sellers. Yeah, this is the bar. Yes, it's an engulfing bar, but take the little bar out and you've effectively got a ring high. But more importantly, you've got selling. You know, there's large sellers here, and you could go underneath this bar, and obviously you weren't triggered in. Had you gone in underneath this bar, which is too early, you obviously got triggered in and maybe even got stopped out. So again, we're seeing more sellers. Again, I'd like to see another day of selling, a lower high, lower low, preferably at least a lower low, and then look to trade. But at the moment, there's nothing there. The analysis you've done though is all good, except you're just not seeing that bearish price action just yet. Okay, an inside bar is not strong enough. You need to wait for the next bar. Okay. So Aussie dollar. Support fib retracement entry is 91.04. Good. Would 91.50 be resistance? No. You expect that to be making higher highs, so that you wouldn't expect that to be a resistance level. Hidden divergence. I'm not seeing any hidden divergence. No. And bullish sharp pattern. Okay. RSI convergence. Well, I know this is a lower high and that's a higher high, but it's certainly not giving us an indication that it's bearish when we're wanting to be bullish. Yep. So I think that's okay. And you had a checklist. Yeah, so that's all good, and we obviously know the result of the Aussie. Okay. Looking ahead for trading opportunities. Share with us how you stalk likely trades as the pair come into alignment. We hear about top-down approach. Yeah, the top-down approach for me is fundamental, then weekly, then daily, and then potentially 4-hour or hourly. Yeah. So that's the top-down approaches. Have a fundamental view of an economy, and then you're waiting for the weekly support levels to the market to react to those support levels, and you're seeing that reaction on the daily time frame. You've drawn the support, horizontal resistance or support levels on the longer time frame, on the weekly, and then you're so something that like well, you can look at the pound, but let's look at the cable. You know, we're clearly in phase 2, so you'll be setting this up, getting ready to trade this from there, and take it long. Fundamentally, the cable is still quite weak. You're looking for a horizontal support line, and the market to react to it somewhere around here. You know, and if you can get a horizontal support from the weekly or even the monthly, this is dollar CAD, yeah, I know that. Yeah. You know, so we've got a monthly horizontal level there. We come back to the daily, it's a bit too low, isn't it? It's not a very strong horizontal, but you'll be looking across there where we are now, and that's not even ideal either. Okay, so let's not look at the CAD, let's look at something. Well, let's look at the pound. Yeah. With the pound, one of the reasons why I put a target on it is if we look at the monthly, you can see there's quite a bit of resistance across here at this level. So I was quite happy to take that if I can get it. Obviously, if it breaks out and continues on to the sort of 2006 highs or areas around the 2 mark, I'll get in again on the cyclicity. But you're looking at your horizontal support and resistance lines on the longer time frame. Fundamentally, you're bullish the cable. They're doing, producing some great results, and then you do your analysis on the lower time frames. Okay. Do you recommend a grid analysis? If that's going to help you, absolutely. It's best to understand majors of where their economy's at. Yep. And what is currently driving them. Yeah, if you can, that's also ideal. That's fundamental. What market type and phase? Yes, all of that. Yeah, then the miners. So the wood from the trees is the wood from the trees. Looking at the the forest is the longer time frames, like the weekly, and the trees are the individual daily bars. How low a time frame do I go? Hourly is the lowest I ever go. I don't look at a 5-minute anymore, and I might look at an hourly to scalp a few pips. But for prop trading, the lowest I go is 4-hour. Okay, so another person looking at the Aussie on Monday. You notice there's convergence, those orange lines. Okay. Higher highs above support. Fibs got in there, that's right. Trend line support, maybe. Yeah, I think it's a pretty weak trend line. But it could be. Hidden divergence, no. Bullish part, ring low. Okay. Yep, that's all good. Pound Kiwi trend reversal discussed last week as a trend reversal or a range reversal. Right. With Over extended seller bar of 300 pips. Do we need to wait for this high to be taken out? No. Large extended bar oversold. Wait for buyers. Yep. So it was after this bar. This is a high test bar, which wasn't ideal, but you're getting a higher high and a higher low. Had it made a being a buyer bar, and then you're making another high. We're not worried about this high. We're just worried about these two highs and making higher highs, and we're getting that momentum shift going higher. That's what you're looking for. Obviously, it hasn't eventuated. Yeah, so the bar formations is the individual trees in relation to the previous tree. Okay. Of a revised trading plan, what do you think our win-loss ratio target should be? Win-loss. Well, what it should be is 100%, but you're never going to get there. The win percentage, it's hard to target that because you don't know how you're going to go. But historically, you're going to sit between 45 and 55%, somewhere around there. So it's around 50% is going to be your success rate. And so then you just need to make sure that your risk-reward ratio is set correctly, so that when you do win, that you're paying for the 50% losses. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer minimum 1 to 2. I have advised you can do 1 to 1.5. I just don't want you doing 1 to 1 because at 50% you're not making any money. You know, at 1 to 1 you need to be hitting 60% success, which is possible, but not long-term sustainable. Okay, so that's the pound Kiwi. Euro dollar. Assessment to enter this long looked good, but due to the extended bar yesterday, risk reward 1 to 1, fib extension 1 point is used as a target price. If you use, okay, could be an alternative take profit identified other than just, look, you can, absolutely. So what he's suggesting is that if you're targeting a 1.272 here, most people look at the 1.618 as your target, but that is, it's a very large bar to be trading from. And it's something that I'd go down into the 4-hour to have a look at if there's any potential. But the volatility around the euro this week has been quite high, and so would you trade off that? No, not really. As he suggests, the risk reward is not that crash hot. That was that bar, and then you get this business around Draghi's speech last night. It makes it pretty tough to trade. It has little resistance though on the upside. Yes, true. But what you've got to consider is what's the likelihood of it? 140 pips. If you're making 300 pips at least, and just going back to your analysis, or this gentleman's analysis, if you're targeting 1.272, you're not. The risk reward is not going to be that crash hot. If you're targeting 1.618, it could be better. Yep. So you make a good point, and luckily you wouldn't have got taken in, and even on the 4-hour it looks nasty, and you wouldn't trade it. So it's just a matter of being patient with that one. I'm waiting for a better setup, and it might come one day. One day it'll get there. Okay. Euro yen. Yeah, look, it's all there. Nice little ring low. Everyone's waiting for this. I'm still waiting for this. Fibs in the right place. Yeah, look at everything there. Blue's hard to see. Maybe I'm just getting old. Yeah, it's all pretty good. We're just being patient and wait for the market to come to us. Dollar Swiss and Euro dollar. Euro dollar. Okay, we just looked at that one. We'll discuss that one. Dollar Swiss. Risk reward. Again, you're looking at 1.272. And you can see how the extended bars can ruin your risk reward, even if you are targeting 1.272 instead of a 618. Yeah, large bars or overextended bars aren't ideal for our trading situation. He entered too early on the euro and was taken out by news. Can we get in again at the top of Monday's bar, i.e. when buyers are evident in entry on the 4-hour or daily? Yeah, you could. We sort of just discussed the concept of the risk reward. Are you going to get 300 pips out of this in the move? Well, it's likely. It's possible. Is it probable? That's another question. But I don't know. You're sort of targeting this area here, so you're risking 140 pips for a target of 220 pips, which is it's not even 2. It's about 1.5. Not fabulous, but once it starts running, you might be able to get in on the cyclicity of the 4-hour by seeing the cyclicity on the 4-hour. The question is, how did you get into the euro? If you went in just above this bar, yeah, that's far too early. You shouldn't have been doing that. If price has never been up there, well, this has. The euro's been up here before. Is it more likely not to break highs? No. You see the Aussie, when it went through parity, it went through pretty quickly and went straight to $1.10. Just because it hasn't been there before doesn't mean that it won't get there. And sometimes it can go through in a real hurry. Do you think that going to risk 1% at the start of the month is dangerous as you get the first 4 wrong in deep would be? Look, I think starting the month with 0.5% is probably a smart move. This Aussie trade might not finish it that we're in may not finish until next month anyway. Next month is Tuesday. You may not be out of the trade until Wednesday, and so then you start the month with a positive balance because you close the trade out on the 2nd of April, and it's a 2% win or a 3% win, then happy days. But if you don't have a trade on like that, and it might be an idea to start with 0.5%, so you get some runs on the board, and then you can open the gates up to 1% and trade forward and positively like that. Yep, that's maths. That's fabulous. Okay. So Brian, yeah, you're doing all the right things. I just, you expect the market to be sort of doing, you look at the last cycles and see how often it goes to the 1.618 or the 1.272. I think, more often than not, it gets to the 618 level. Okay, Euro Yen. $141.92, just above that bar. Yeah, see, I would have gone in a little higher to get above all of these. In fact, I have. If you're waiting for 140, 90, 141.92. Oh shit. Yeah, I prefer to just sort of get in above these here, 142 or just above 142. But this is all good. You've got your fib from here. I think you come in from there. It would be because there's one cycle. Yeah, and here's your second cycle. Look at that 618, also on that horizontal level there. Yeah, you can see that difference compared to that difference. The 302 is quite shallow anyway. So coming in there, you got the 618. Otherwise, it's all pretty good analysis. Euro. Mate, another one who went long Euro. How? I don't understand how you get long the Euro. 37.35 stop. 37.35 stop. Well, he's still in there. Just. I don't know how you got into it though. So the question, note the major fib resistance. I wonder if you could keep counsel on the stop tight in case this proves to be the top of the trend. Oh, so, okay, so you've got this fib here it's interesting. Oh, sorry, I thought when you said went long, that means you actually took it. 2008 high, 2010 low. Okay. Why this move? Interesting. Yeah, it's certainly looking. I said 2008. That's 2000. That one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to draw another one. I'm going to draw this one as well. I'll come back to the daily. So yours is that high, yeah. And this slow. Huh. Interesting. I don't know how much weight's put on it, but interesting, certainly. If you're not in it, thankfully you're not in it. Yeah, your stop loss management would be seeing how our price reacts to it there and then moving your stop. Okay. Right, we took long Euro Aussie. Again, how? On the 20th. Then you moved your stop. Oh, dude, guys, don't ever move your stop out. Move your stop to 151, thereby increasing your risk. You now had a 1.5% or freaking more than that. Never move your stop out. I'm not sure how you got in here anyway. On the 20th, you said. How did you get in on the 20th? Are you trying to get in on above this bar here? How many times have I told you to wait until this bar is formed, the third bar? You've got to see that sentiment. Seeing it during the day is not good enough. You went in at what, 153.45, 53.45, which is like 20 pips above the high of that. How you got that entry, I have fucking no idea. And then you decided to move your stop from, where did you stop? Your stop was 51.44. So your stop was under here, and then you moved it to down here. And you got taken out. That's just a shambles from start to finish. Never, ever move your stop. If you're getting in there and your stop is under here, there is no way. Why? You obviously now understand why you would why you don't move your stop out. If you were here, if your stop was under here, which you said it was, and you've seen this bar, you leave your stop. Worst case scenario, you leave your stop and go, well, fuck, I'm wrong. Okay. Let's not talk about how you got into the trade in the first place. That's just breaking all the rules anyway. But your stop management, that's scary. Right? Never, ever friggin' move your stop out. And you're now realising and got taught the lesson by the market of why you don't do that. But if you got in and you see this reversal bar, that's your sign to get out. All right. You probably would have left your stop here underneath this anyway, because there's little point moving at 20 pips. But certainly you wouldn't be moving it out. Never do that. I hope you're listening. I hope you're online. That's madness. I'm just going to see if you are online. No, you're not. Right, so I'm going to send you an email as well. Make sure you watch this video. That's friggin' madness. I'm stunned by that. Euro Yen Long. Euro Yen Long. This is one of those documents. These ones. There we go. Alright. Oh no, you could I don't want to look at that. It's just how the fuck you got in there. I don't know. Trying to be a FOMO and fear of missing out and nailed for your efforts. Right. Euro Yen Long. Yeah. Trend line's fine. Fib. I'll go from this one here. This is the one where it was clearly that we had the momentum to make that phase one. So I'd go from there, not here. And your checklist, EMA support. Well, you need horizontal support. You said no, but you need it. Okay, it's a must-have. Bullish price action. Well, yes, there was there. Didn't follow through, but it was there. Fib retracement, trendline support. Euro yen. You've drawn the trend line in there, mate. You've got the trend line support. And you need to have a horizontal in, so you've got to put a horizontal in. It's around 141 across these highs here. So they must have, so you've got to put them in there. Send the video to us all. I do, Francie. I send it when it loads. It didn't load last Friday, but I do send the video to you all. Okay, hidden divergence. Wow, hidden divergence. Bullish pound yen, hidden divergence. I've written in my notes an example of bullish hidden divergence could be found on the pound yen on the 13th on the 4-hour chart. Alright, yep. You're a bit confused what it's trying to tell you. Chart shows higher, but I think because with divergence, RSI shows divergence. You take notice of what the RSI is going as a forewarning not to believe price action. Generally, price will then tank. So the mental indicator warned us of that. No, not really. You know, this kind of move here, this would have been news. You get bars like that on news, and you know, any indicators is not going to be able to tell you what the news is going to do. So, but to explain hidden divergence, because I know that there's another email out there about it. Does this have it? This is kind of divergence, hidden divergence, right? So you got lower lows, higher lows, yep. And at the time, you've got RSI going in the opposite direction. Yep. So what is this telling you? Well, for one, you're at a lower point, so you've got further to go before you get to exhaustion. That's the starter. Yeah. So if prices, well, that's the main reason, main thing actually is, you know, with prices rallied and has pulled back, but it hasn't made a similar low or a lower low, but RSI has. So one, you know, you've got to think about, well, what's the momentum telling you? Momentum is telling you that the sellers here were a little more aggressive in pushing price back down, but they've done it without being able to make a lower low. So at this point, the sellers are more exhausted. So once the sellers are exhausted, you expect the buyers to be able to dominate. So these are the concepts that hidden divergence is talking about. The overall concept is that we ignore what RSI is showing by creating. No. Rather than warning us not to buy into this pair, it is doing the opposite, confirming that this pair continue to rise. Yeah, it's what we're saying is that this, you know, the sellers are exhausted, and therefore you've got a higher probability. You prefer to see it, you know, like down here, rather than at where RSI is at, what is it, about 47 or something, or 40. You know, you've got the sellers have got less room to move because they're almost exhausted anyway. And certainly down here they would be. They are exhausted. I wonder if the cable's giving us it. Yeah. Okay. So here is clear divergence, and when you're exhausted. Yeah, you can see that. Clearly it's a higher low. Then clearly it's a lower low. Yep. So we're exhausted here. So the sellers aren't going to be able to push the market any further lower, are they? So when you get that kind of exhaustion, well then how much further lower can you go? You're expected to, we're making higher highs and higher lows, and I think you asked the question of how do we see that? Well, you see it by, I don't have the tools to do, and you know, there's your cyclicity. Yeah. There's phase one, phase two, higher highs, higher lows. Yeah. So, yeah, hidden divergence is that we're coming from here, then we should be making a higher high than this because we've got further to travel, but back before we get to the point of exhaustion. Okay. Does that make it a little more easy to understand? Okay. Cool. Well, thank you. That's good. Right. Swiss yen analysis. Yes. 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 115.43. Okay. Bullish price signal. Yes. 76. Yes. Divergence. Convergence. You don't want divergence. You want convergence. What you're getting. Well, good. Thank you. Alright, so Euro Yen PDF. Euro Yen PDF. Euro Yen PDF. Long time no speak. Yep. Things over here in Bali are fabulous, as you can imagine. Again, I think the fib should be from this low here. You could almost say trendline support as well. Yes, 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 no. Well, I think you could probably say yes to that. You link these two lows and it's crossing there, pretty much, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And at this, obviously yesterday's bars are a little different, but at this point you could say that you've got the trend line support at the point you're showing us. Yep. Well, that's all good. It looks like you're settling a great lifestyle. One day I'll be there soon. This is WC Doc. WC Doc. Right. Got your name all over it, man. I can't be doing that. Lost money on your first trade. It is a bit of a shock, isn't it? It's a shock losing money, full stop. Pages. Okay, because it's got your name on it, I'm gonna have to come back to you. Swiss yen, Swiss dollar, Swiss dollar, Swiss yen, long trade, higher highs above, yes, divergence, no levels, Fib trace and 618, trendline support, yes. Trendline support, yes. It's got a kink in it. Trendline support. Trendline support, I didn't know about that. Yeah. Do we have trendline support? I'd say no to that. Did over here if you link these two, but not anymore. So I'd say no to that. Trendline support. Because you've linked those two lows, I can see that, and then I can also see you've linked these two lows. That's not the definition of a trend line. You've this low and this low, linking those 2 points doesn't give us trend line support. Remember, you've got to have two touches, and then you're trading on the third. Like the Euro Yen is, we've had two touches, 1, 2, and we should be trading on the third. The Swiss Yen, you're just linking these two lows. It's not. That's just the two touches, and you'd be trading on the third. Okay. And your fib, yep, that's fine. Fib's in the right place, so that's good. Your other one, you said trades. I hope you haven't traded these because these are not ready. I presume they're orders. The difference between an order and a trade is that missing the rest of your checklist. I'm not sure what that is, unless you're trying to identify the previous phase one. This fib, I don't know about that one. I would prefer to see that fib from, you know, from this bar here, or even that bar, worst case scenario. But yeah, this is where I'd be drawing my fib from. Yep, I've got the 50 is perfect. Yep. And your horizontal, I'd be having a horizontal across these. Yeah. Or even right where we are now, which is across those lows there. Yeah. That'd be the horizontal resistance. Might not have. Okay. So, because I can't see a checklist, I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to do there. The fib's slightly out. Think off the 50 EMA as a reset line. Yeah. Bang, bang. 50 EMA is the line for cyclicity. Holy shit, I'm only halfway through all of these emails. 45 minutes. Alright. You're looking at the pound now, so what do we got here? I missed one. Oh yeah, it's your euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar. Bullish price action. No, we don't have bullish price action. You know, inside bar is not bullish price action. Right. Inside bar is not bullish price action, so there's no trade there. Fib's fine. Yeah, fib's fine. Support line. Yeah, it's fine. But you don't have bullish price action. Okay. An inside bar is not bullish price action. All right. Pound. Yep. Any good news due on the pound? And mate, you tell me. I'm going through these charts. Why don't you have a look at the Forex Factory and tell me? I think there might be something out tomorrow or something. Comments, pound, in divergence, 0.5% risk. Yeah, it's all pretty good. Hidden divergence. Right. All good. Pound, is your support line drawn correctly? Is your support line drawn correctly? You got 164.63. Yeah, yeah, that seems to be valid. You got this high here, and certainly reacting to it again. Mine is off that high, 64.80. I think mine says. Yep. So yep, that's valid. Fibonacci's right. That's good. Trend line. 1, 2 touches, 3. Yeah, fair enough. See that, guys? 1 touch, 2 touch, 3. That's trend line support. Trade from the third. And as someone previous guy noticed, there's bullish hidden divergence there. Screenshots. Okay. What do we got here? Pound long. Pound long. Above both the 50, correct, you're not. MA support. Well, you don't have that either. You didn't have it here. And you can see the reaction there. RSI convergence, yes. Hidden divergence on weekly as well. Cool. Bullish chart pattern, seasonal bullish. 8. 64.30. Yep. 0.5% risk. Cool. That's all good. Yeah. Convergence. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome work. Windows 8. Love it. Aussie dollar. You move the stop on the Aussie dollar. Okay. Let's have a look. I think moving it is too premature. 13 pips is that's my rule. You can use your own discretion. I know a gentleman in the last course used 17. You don't want to go too far, like 30 or anything like that, but you don't want to be too close either. I think 5 is too close, so it's just your discretion. Continuation phase 1 long. Yeah. Higher highs, higher lows, above the moving average, yes. Support, yes. Horizontal, bullish price action, fib retracement, trend line support. Yeah, you got it all. Fabulous. Alright. Euro, yen, euro long. Break of low test. And trend line. Wow, okay. So it's retested the trend line. Bounce off the 50 EMA and trend line. That's a good pickup. Bullish chart, and resistance trend line. Obviously didn't trigger, but I'm interested in that trend line now. And bullish and divergence, yeah. Cool. Which one was that one? Interesting. All right. And your last one is Swiss yen, which didn't trigger. But you've got it all in there. Your fib is, yep, all good. Good work. Possible trades. Okay. Retail sales Thursday. Okay. Current account. All right. So higher support resistance. Hidden divergence. Yep. Yeah. Look at. You can't say it's either both or none. If you know what I mean. You can't say. It's asking if you're above both the EMAs, but not just one of them. Other than that, that's good. And Yeah, look, I'll take the FID from there, but you could also, if that's your cyclicity, there's 1 cycle, 2 cycles, yeah. Okay, that's good. Swiss. Slight divergence, not oversold, that's correct. And yeah, you can leave the order in. Yeah, potentially I should move that stop out a bit. I have to readjust that order. By moving that stop down to there is going to increase your risk, so you need to reduce your lot size. Yeah, it's a lower high, lower low, but there's still clear buyers. But if today's bar is another lower low, then you might pull that out and not place it or cancel the order. So that's all good. Dollar Swiss, divergence, trendline support. Yeah, I'd say trendline support. Sort of went through this. Is it there now? No, you still sellers. Yeah, similar to the Swiss yen. There are sellers there, and you could possibly leave it there, but you need to move your stop to be above here, and therefore that's going to change your lot size. Okay. So much breeze. Test. Oh yeah, you sent me that? No, I don't like that. This is how it came. That to me it does nothing. So appreciate you sending it, but that's not how I want it. The way you sent it to me before was good. Right. I notice that sometimes the stochastic will show divergence while it is not evident in RSI. On which indicator is most credence placed, or doesn't it matter? Hopefully I'll get to your webinar live today. Mate, let's see if you are here. What I would like with you, Ian, yeah, you are. Mate, which indicator is better? It's 6 of one, half does the other for me. Which indicator is you prefer to use? I prefer to use RSI. Some people prefer MACD. Others prefer stochastics. It's not about cherry picking which one you want to use because the RSI is giving you the indicator and stochastic is not. That's not the way to approach it. The best approach is to say, I'm going to use RSI and I'm going to stick with RSI. And not use stochastic. You just use the one indicator and be uniform in your approach. So if one's giving you, if you're looking at both, then you might get confusing signals, and that's not what you're about. It's about using a signal that gives you that fits you most comfortably. Yeah. If you need a quick response at point of order placement, is there anyone we can talk to now for clarity? Well, mate, I hope you're not rushing trades like that. You should be setting them up well in advance. We discussed that at the start of this session. However, if you really need, you can call Sarah. No worries, Flynn. Pound US. Pound US. Okay. Pound US. Yeah. Trend line, fib support. Yep. Horizontal support. Yeah. Right, you got everything. Risking 1%. 105 pip risk. Target 1.7, nice. Bishop order 1 to 4, nice. Start the month of April off well. Right. Trades CAD Swiss. Current entered on the 20th of March. CAD Swiss entered on the 20th of March. Okay, it hasn't really gone anywhere. Hasn't really sort of motor, but hasn't disappeared either. And stop loss. Bouncing off the 20 EMA. What to do? Bouncing off the 20 EMA. Oh, look, it looks like it is cycling off the 20 EMA, but it needs to come back to the 50 at some point. So the problem is you've had 2 test bars. You could potentially move your stop underneath that, yeah. Which it looks like you have adjusted your stop to that. Okay. Other than that, there's not much you can do at this stage. I think it'll be fine. The CAD Swiss should head up there. And now you've had a buyer bar, just one buyer bar, and you get another one. You might be able to get your stop to break even and see if it hits the 50. Cool. Have you got a target on it? Target, yeah. Cool. Aussie dollar entered on the 4 hour on the 24th to get a better break even. Okay. Moved it to break even. Still needs to be going up. It is going up, mate. CAD Swiss, it is going up. Aussie dollar 4 hour. You get in on this one, did you? Okay. And if you're trading it on the 4 hour, then get your stop to break even under that low test, and now traded on the daily. Okay. Aussie dollar 4 hour entry. Oh, you went above that low test, cheeky. Yeah, Aussie dollar, as I said, mine is, I've got 2 buy bars. Bar 1 is the entry bar, and yesterday's bar was the second consecutive buyer bar. I've moved my stop to underneath the this bar here, so I've gone, it's about around half a percent now, a little more. I haven't gone to break even because I think the volatility around the RBA may take me out, and I don't want that. And so, yeah, this is the target area. I don't have a target on it, but that's around the areas. This lows here, which is the 1618. Cheeky entry, Duncan. Well done, though. Swiss yen proposed 2 charts attached. E-signal not displaying correctly until after 10 a.m. Changes to daylight saving, so Axie chart also attached. Yeah, with the e-signals, a bit of a pain in the ass with the different timing. But you can, in this version, the version 11 that you're running, mate, you can change e-signal to match MetaTrader. And trades have been very sparse. Yes, March has been. We are in March, aren't we? Yeah, March has been pretty quiet, but we're getting some trades coming through now. So we've got to take them when they present themselves. This is all good. Oh no, your PDF, sorry. There's your MetaTrader and this again. Okay, cool. Alright. Questions for the 26th of March. We're getting there, guys. We're getting towards the end. I got 3 of these. I got 4 of those, and that's it. So, 26th of March. I don't have 3 of these, so I got 2 of these. Shades 4. Alright. Set. Please help with set trailing stops. Just discussed that. CAD Swiss. 2 test bars and 1 buy bar, leaving trailing stop. Well, kind of discussed that as well in that with the CAD Swiss. I didn't take it, but you'd have your stop underneath these 2 test bars, and you know it's doing its job. What's this one doing now? Not much. Okay. Yeah. Should we raise stop because bar for the 20 month isn't that strong? Well, it may not be that strong. It's only just a buy bar, isn't it? But that's not, you know, these 2 test bars would be your major concern, and you're having your stop underneath that. And then if this bar, the current bar, finishes a buyer, then you get your stop to break even, and then manage it from there. Okay. MetaTrader has opened around halfway in the bar. Other providers have it around the bottom third. MetaTrader would be, I'd believe MetaTrader over eSignal any day. Aussie dollar stop loss, I have it under the first buy bar. I've moved it from underneath the low test bar to the first buy bar. I haven't seen such a big difference before. Bar opens higher. Yeah, that's the gap on Monday. Yep. eSignal is, I don't even know, that's not eSignal, I don't know who that is, but they're wrong as well. Whoever this is. One concern I have is we had a low Swiss yen. Yes, can we keep the yesterday's buy order? Yeah, yeah. They're still seeing euro dollar. Look, technically yes. Just a sec, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Can you keep the buy order? Look, we kind of discussed it. You can go and review the video, but effectively, yes, is the answer to that. I don't feel comfortable with it, but it's, you know, you're still seeing the sentiment there. That's fine. Higher highs over the last 6 months. The cable has been making higher highs. All right. Can I give a 1 here? So this is a vital judgment. This is phase 2. You know, if you're drawing the cyclicity, Even if you're not drawing the cyclicity, you've got a trend line. You're making higher highs each time. Each time it comes off the trend line, you're making a high, beat this high. And this is off your 50. There's your phase. There's your phase 1, phase 2. Even if you're just looking at the 50 EMA. So yes, you do have higher highs, higher lows. What I don't like is that you draw enough lines, you'll find a validation for a trade. Yeah. Yes, that's fine. What you don't like about going into the longer time frame, draw enough lines, you'll find a validation. Yeah, you got to be smart about your horizontals. You don't just put it on every single high and low that has occurred. If we are fundamental, well, I am. I don't know about we, but I am. This, yeah, I don't see that. I see this longer thing, okay? I see that. Okay. Pound looks more promising than yesterday's yen. Yeah. Yep, that's looking pretty good. You expect this to get up to $1.70 at least. Okay, pound. Checklist, higher highs, above, yes. Correct, no. Correct, no. Yes. Resistance, cool. Convergence, yes. Bullish price action, yes. Fibra, it's not a ring low, but we're seeing bullish price action. Okay. Fib retracement, yes. In the zone. Trendline support, yes. Resistance. 2 to at 1 to 2.2 risk reward, that's good. Cool. Hidden divergence, yes. All good. Fabulous. Should you wait more buying? No. No. But obviously we need to reassess this tomorrow if it fails to make a higher high, but yeah. It's ready to trade today. Is my horizontal strong enough? Is my horizontal strong enough? Yeah. You got this horizontal and you got the fib, that's good. Entry will be above both, yeah. It's your green lines, your entry. The red's just... Okay, and this one is the Aussie dollar. As I said, just stops underneath that now. Yeah, if this red line is where your stops at, good. And with regard to considering the pound to buy, how do we answer the issue of higher highs? I've discussed that. I mean, they say the ring low. It's not a ring low. The pound is not a ring low. Okay. This is an engulfing bar. That doesn't make it a ring low. I see lower highs and lower lows since Feb, and price below the 50 MA is more likely to touch the 50 MA with a cycle below, where a negative in our count is too risky. You just reduce the amount of risking then if you're negative in your account, so risk of 1/3 or a quarter. And am I paying too much attention to how price has found its way back down to this? Yeah, it needs to come down before it can rise. Absolutely. It's the natural cycles of the market. And divergence. The purpose of divergence, rule for 4-hour entry in simple terms. Reversal divergence, is that what you're talking about? Or hidden divergence? Hidden divergence, class A, B or C, relevant? Yeah, it can be. Reversal divergence, you're only using reversal divergence in the 4-hour to get that early entry, which is something I'd rather not try and sort of propose. Also have, it's not ideal, in the course. I think we're looking at the pound back here somewhere. As an entry on the 4-hour, you need to see that divergence, reversal divergence, because you're trading phase 2. Yeah. And I've discussed hidden divergence. If you look at the 4-hour there, you've got bearish hidden divergence. But the longer time frame is the stronger time frame. Okay. Aussie dollar recently. Here, well, that's convergence. That's what you want. There's no, or unless you're looking at this, there's no reversal divergence, so you couldn't have taken the trade at this ring low here. But now we're in the trend and we get a ring low, you could have taken the trade, and that's convergence. That kind of makes sense. Reversal divergence is if you're trading phase 2. Yeah. Whereas if you're seeing if you're seeing hidden divergence in a trend, then that's good too. It's like this. We're in a trend and we're seeing a hidden divergence. Yeah. What about the 4-hour cycle? What about the 4-hour cycle? There you got a cycle, so you've got convergence. It's not a must-have. If you're trading phase 2, you must have reversal divergence. Yeah, you got to be clear about what you're trying to do. If you're trading a 4-hour, if you're trading phase 2, you've got to have reversal divergence. There's no two ways about that. All right. If you're trading the cyclicity on the 4-hour, such as this entry right here on the daily, on the 4-hour, sorry, if you're trading this cyclicity on the 4-hour, you need to do your make sure you've got the daily, have done your analysis on the daily, and that you are comfortable that the daily is in a trend, and you're now you've got that you're in phase 1 on the daily. Once you've done that, you can then go to the 4-hour and go, well, here's the cyclicity on the 4-hour. I'm going to take the trade. And at that point, you don't want a reversal divergence because there's phase 1, and you don't see reversal divergence in phase 1. You do occasionally, but it's rare. Right, you understand that? You may see hidden divergence, which is a good thing. And as was discussed, hidden divergence in phase 1 is a good thing. All right, so we understand that. Real good. Mate, why is it on the checklist? You've sat that class so many times. I've told you that it's not a must-have on that checklist. And besides, I'm busy rewriting the course anyway, and you'll get the update when I've finished it. Divergence is not a must-have on the 4-hour. Okay. It is if you're trading phase 2 on the 4-hour, but let's not go down there. All right, I don't want you to trade a phase 2 on the 4-hour. So divergence is not a must-have. You buy the pullbacks on the 4-hour with the trend. Yeah, you do. You buy the pullbacks on the 4-hour with the trend. This 4-hour, we might get this 4-hour doing a pullback into this area here and get another entry. Once you can do that once you're risk-free on the first one. Or, I'm only 0.5% risk now, so I could do 0.5% trade on the 4-hour, and thereby my risk is only still 1%. Yep. Okay. Let's wrap this up for the day. This is an hour and a half. We shall see you on Friday.